Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
And so the riveting race for the top spot in the Delhi Premier League 2022-23 continues tonight, with the fifth place Royal Rangers are up against Indian Air Force, who are second in the table. But that should make anyone believe that this will be easy for the side from the armed forces. In fact, these are exact kind where even the best can slip up, and Indian Air Force will surely make they get a win at the Ambedkar Stadium at any cost. And well, Indian Air Force with a win can go to the top of the table tonight, and Royal Rangers will remain fifth even if they win, because Garhwal Football Club, they are already on 12 points. And so another evening of reckoning for Indian Air Force as the top spot rounds of the Delhi Premier League keeps changing like a magical radar. 5 points separate the two teams, but all that will not matter when this one kicks off. And yes, of course, it defies difference in quality, and that difference was not very visible when they won games early in mid July. They have lost two matches. One more time, if they lose a game, those 3 points dropped can cost Royal Rangers Football Club. And well, talking about the teams for this evening, the Indian Air Force making a lot of changes in their lineup from that 3-2 victory against Garhwal Football Club in the last game, as Mohammad Danish, Bishwajit Haldar is left out, and Amal Das is getting a start, and Mohammad Rakib will continue in the centre back position, but it is in midfield with Mohammad Danish, Samananda Singh, and Mani Raman will continue. But in attack, the focal point, as usual, is going to be Vivek, who is the skipper of the side, a sort of Shadukhan and Zico. Their clinical finishing always going to be massive asset going forward for Indian Air Force. And well, Priyadarshan knows a loss tonight will make the mountain steeper, and there will be no excuse. This is the first fixture between these two teams this season, but Royal Rangers would look to put an end to their winless run. Talking about their bench, it's a decent one. As I have said, Bishwajit Halder, starter in the previous game, is on the bench for this one. The promising number 8, Prabjot Singh, is also on the bench, the man who scored 3 goals for Indian Air Force this season. The notable name on the bench, Shibin Raj, a very, very experienced campaigner, is on the bench and getting a start between Ashok Kumar and Ankush Singh are the two most exciting names on the bench for Indian Air Force available for this particular encounter. And now over to the next team. It's Royal Rangers Football Club. As it looks a pretty decent one as the head coach Paritosh Kumar Sharma going with a 5-3-2 formation with Dalbir Singh is injured and he is on the bench. Yes. And so is Anupam, the number 10. Yes. Shubham Rai, he gets a start into the 11. And Gaurav and Haukip are going to be the two wide midfielders playing on the left and right respectively. That allows Prananjay Singh to play in a more central role. Royal Rangers, they have scored 19 goals this season and have conceded 14 in 6 games. And so far, there will be lots of defending to do. Well, that loss against Uttarakhand Football Club seems ages ago. Vinit and Gaurav's willingness to run and use their energy will be one of the ways for Royal Rangers Football Club to get forward and cause problems. And it is worth remembering that he can head the ball very well. Despite Dalbir Singh and Anupam and Himanshu Rai being on the bench, it still looks a very competitive starting 11 when it comes to the Royal Rangers Football Club, who are in white and black. And Indian Air Force wearing their home colours, sky blue. And the referee for today's game is Aditya Purakaista. He is going to be assisted by Joginder Singh Rana and Mukesh Kumar Sharma. The fourth official for today's game is Ali Mohammed, match commissioner Jay Kishore. These are the two skippers, Gaurav Chadda of Royal Rangers and Vivek Singh with captain's armband. Sibin Raj is on the bench, the former Gokulam Kerala and Mohan Bagan player. And so Indian Air Force, they walk into this on the back of 3 victories in their last 5 competitive games and 10 points out of a possible 15. That is with the front 3 getting among the goals. But as the season progresses, the top strikers, they step up. Vivek, and that run has been talked about. And forwards like that stats. And he will look to continue with his form. And of course, the big news is that Mohammad Danish and Samananda Singh is back. Both contesting, and there is something different about this team now. If they can go on a run, they can really book the pressure for the title race. 2 foreigners in the starting 11 of Royal Rangers as Peter, the Liberian, getting a start today. The other Peter is on the bench. And of course, the player up top, Delhi, The man from Democratic Republic of Congo will be spearheading a Royal Rangers attacking line. Delhi, he got on the score sheet against Hindustan Football Club, and that was a thrilling 4-3 victory for Royal Rangers. The last game, though, they had to face a narrow defeat against Vatica. The game ended 2-1. And Indian Air Force, on the flip side, preparing for this particular encounter on the back of a nail-biting 3-2 against Garhwal Football Club. Mohammad Akib, Vivek Kumar and Saurav Sadhukan were the goal scorers for the armed forces. And well, the style of play and end product always a clash in terms of what you get more. If you get one, you may not get the other. And if you get the other, you may not get the first one. As both the side need to get on the points and needs to get their acts together. For Indian Air Force, there is more than hope. There is so much more to play for the top spot in this game. We talk about teams learning and getting better. But Royal Rangers Football Club, if they lose, it will be their third defeat of the season, which will make their hopes for the title glimmer. And so this is game number 34 in the Delhi Premier League 2022-23, and you're watching the live action on the YouTube channel of Sportscast India, as we are just seconds away from kickoff here at the Ambedkar Stadium, and off we go. And from both the sides, their destiny is in their own hands, because even if they win all the remaining fixtures, they will be guaranteed a place in the business end of the competition. And the immediate rival for that, Delhi FC, they can still make it if they win their other games. All that is on the line. That is the dangerous and delightful theory by which the Delhi Premier League table is living. This is not a race for the faint-hearted, as Indian Air Force and Royal Rangers FC. They know that they might give you a cruel smile once in a while, but it does not lie in the end of this campaign. An early pressure at the back line of Indian Air Force. They participated in the historic Durand Cup last year. They defeated the likes of Delhi FC by 2-1 in that pulsating encounter at the Mohan Bagan ground. Dhanraj scoring the winner on the 89th minute mark. And after Delhi FC, they're taking the lead via Willis Plaza, who is with Bhawanipur Football Club in the Calcutta Football League. All that is in the past now. And in football, one is forced to look towards the future. And at present, Delhi FC, they are on a seamless run in the Delhi Premier League, just a point behind the league leaders Sudeva Delhi Football Club. Both the Delhi FC and Indian Air Force locked on 13 points each, but the armed forces side are ahead in terms of a head-to-head clash. A bit of a tight space, this 3-on-1 situation. Eventually, the 3 comes out on top. The left winger of the Royal Rangers were outnumbered by the Indian Air Force side. They're so good, likes to play up and down the pitch. Will be interesting to see their approach in the first quarter. They're trying to make an adventurous start. This is Delhi, the man from Congo. They're trying to go past the number 12, Mohammad Akib, who got the last touch. Mohammad Akib got on the score sheet against Garhwal Football Club. Indian Air Force have managed to clinch 3 victories out of their last 5 encounters. They lost and drew one game though. They drew 1-1 against Sudeva Delhi. They lost 2-1 against Delhi FC. And so finally, Anwar Ali's side taking the revenge of that defeat in the Durand Cup last year. It is going to be a double leg affair the Delhi Premier League this time around, with 14 more rounds to go after this. 11 teams vying for the top spot. The team winning the title will be nominated for the Hero I-League second division. It was an early cross inside the Indian Air Force box. It was cleared away with ease. Number 25 Bansal is injured. Royal Rangers just clutching his left thigh. It was a robust challenge. He gets a helping hand from this team's skipper Gaurav Chadha, who is most likely going to take this free kick with just 4 odd minutes on the clock. The Royal Rangers eye for a breakneck start in this game. They have managed to win just 2 games in the last 5 encounters. And the biggest victory of this campaign, it came against Tarun Sangha. It was a 6-0 win. And let's see what Gaurav can produce off this free kick. In it comes! And cleared away with absolute expertise. And trying to manufacture something from the left hand side. Quick feed from Manimadam. Puts it into the danger area on the bounce. And had that been on target, would have been very problematic for Varun Bisht. He took it first time, Vivek. It was a remarkable effort. It could have been one of the goals of the season. It was a difficult technique to execute, but nonetheless, great attempt from Vivek. Getting into scoring position on the end of that pass. Managing to get the shot away. Warning signs for Royal Rangers Football Club. And that was a cross from Manimaran from the left hand side, the number 13. And Samananda Singh will be operating from the right as Delhi, looking for options, finds Ravi ahead of him. A timely challenge from Siam. And on to the second ball is the number 12, Shubham Rai. Down the line, flag stays down. Into a crossing position, Ravi's crossing. The keeper was perfectly placed, Dinesh. He was in the right area. And now quickly releasing Mohammad Akib. As Indian Air Force looking to build up from behind, Samananda Singh. Nice one-touch build-up, Mohammad Akib again. Samananda. He's hustled off the ball and now Gaurav Chadha getting involved. He's got a Delhi of a company to his right. Lost control of the ball. Smashed clear. All the teams just rotating the ball around well in the early stages. A certain game plan is emerging. Indian Air Force in a more attacking way. The typical 4-3-3. Royal Rangers looking to compact their defense, going with a 5-3-2. With Shubham Rai being an extra man in defense. The number 15's attempted cross is blocked. It's going to be the first corner kick of this game for Indian Air Force. The block was in place from Peter, the Liberian centre back. Was the attempted cross from a sort of Sadhukan. And then Indian Air Force will look to hurt Royal Rangers Football Club, who are placed 5th. And they have collected 8 points from 6 matches with 2 victories, 2 draws and 2 losses. And they have scored 19 goals. But can they find the 20th one from this corner towards the second post? Comes right back in. It opened up for the number 9. It's just gone wide. Shot from Vivek. A couple of warning shots fired by the side's top goal scorer, who is on 4 goals. Scored a brace against Vatika Football Club. Then a goal apiece against Garhwal Football Club. Sudeva Delhi. He is in remarkable form, Vivek. was also highly rated, him and Prabjot, during the Durand Cup last year. Looking for options, Kamaldeep puts it perfectly into the path of Vivek. Here's the cross hung up at the far post. A headed clear by Bansal, taking no chance whatsoever. Another cross, this time with pace. Header comes in, but the flag has gone up against Zico. Just failing to beat the offside trap on this occasion. The number 14. And even the other South American, Zico, would have been very proud had he been onside. Yes, I'm talking about the Brazilian Zico, known as the White Pele. Once the head coach of FC Goa as well in the Hero ISL. And well, you can play the game in the BalleBaazi app. The code is on the bottom of your screen. You can get an immediate bonus of ₹100 once you sign up. And do not forget to download the BalleBaazi app. The link is in the description. All the matches of the Delhi Premier League 2022, the 23 season, going to be live on Sportscast India's YouTube channel. It was a searching ball, just a tad too long. Was trying to spot the run of sort of Sadhu Khan. No damage done on this occasion, as Varun Bisht are finding Delhi just above the halfway area. Spreads it to the right. God of Chadda cutting inside, playing in Delhi. He's got two blue shirts upon him. Delhi's low cross. It was a stray one from the Congolese. And look at that cross, a stinging one. Half side by at least 4 or 5 yards. Zico. But the header was perfectly timed though. Playing the ball out from behind with certain smoothness is Priyadarshan's team. Good combination play from the edge of the area, going for the curler. A nice try from Prananjay Singh, the number 8. Royal Rangers not shying away from trying their luck from the edge of the area. Just going for that curler, using his outstep on that occasion. Prananjay Singh. This time, high ball sent in. He's gone out of play for a goal kick. Royal Rangers beginning their campaign with a 3-2 defeat against Uttarakhand Football Club, followed by a staggering 6-0 win against Tarun Sangha. A couple of draws as well. 3-all against Friends United. And the same result against Rangers Sporting Club. A free kick from another interesting position from the 22 yards out for Royal Rangers. He's their number 15, who's being challenged from behind Ravi Raj, who is partnering Delhi up top. As the Congolese is interested in taking the free kick. Almost a round table conference going on between those 4 players. But God of Chadda looks favourite to take this, but near to the ball is the number 23, Haukip. Oh man, he belongs to one of those cookie tribes. Haukip. Can he bend it like David Beckham? Is the question. He's got a sizable wall in front of him. He will look to get it up and over and target the second post. Let's see whether he can apply the right technique. Here goes Haukip. Comes off the wall. A vociferous challenge. A shout rather for handball. The referee just waved away the protest. Aditya Purakasta. perfect weather conditions here in Delhi. It's been rainy for the last couple of days. The temperatures seems to have gone down by a few notches in the recent weeks due to the constant rain. The tempers on the pitch here at the Ambedkar Stadium seem to have gone up by a few degrees. There's the race for the championship starting to heat up. And a free kick taken quickly, but Aditya Purakasta, he is very specific about the positioning of the ball, about taking those free kicks from. He's instructing to retake it once again. Peter plays it to his defensive partner Bansal with a very loose pass. Is given away to Indian Arrows. Just overplaying it. Oh, that question was Samananda. And the move breaking down. And the short pass eventually falling short of the number 4, taken away by Haukip. On the burst was God of Chadda. A solid challenge from Amal Das. And he plays that ball forward into no man's land. He has the advantage of playing in a 4-3-3. You've always got options up top to hurt your opponent. Royal Rangers, they're very, very tight at the back. In Air Force, they have scored 12 goals. That is 2 goals on average in every game. They have conceded 9 and with a goal difference of +3. On the flip side, Royal Rangers, they have scored 19 and conceded 14. And that shows how leaky their defense is. But at the same time, they can be ruthless going forward. It's been a contrasting fortunes for Royal Rangers. They are in the top 5. A win will take them to 11 points from the 7 matches, but still they will be a point behind the 4th placed Garhwal Football Club. It was the right edge of the penalty area. The ball just running out of steam. Chasing it was Delhi. It's going to be a task for this Indian Air Force defense up against Delhi. Physical strength is his primary attribute. We saw the Congolese score against Hindustan Football Club in that emphatic 4-3 victory. He also scored against Rangers SC, and that was a 3-all draw. But besides the top goal scorer with 6 goals, Vidit, he is not available for this particular game. But that is quite a big blow for Royal Rangers. He scored 4 goals with it against Tarun Sangha last month. And that was one of the highest margin victories of this campaign, the Delhi Premier League 2022-23 season. The domestic football in India begins with a bang. All the state leagues are running simultaneously across the country. Calcutta Football League in West Bengal. Lots of tournaments around, like the Independence Cup in Mizoram. Sikkim Governor's Gold Cup as well in Sikkim. Lots of actions then. We just concluded the SAF Under-20 Championship last night. The goalkeeper Dinesh, he read that very, very quickly. Comes out and plucks it out of air. That's a foul from Peter. Indian Air Force, Royal Rangers, both teams looking for a fresh start. No such goal scoring opportunities apart from a half chance which fell onto the left foot of Vivek. He will be hoping for a more clear-cut one. Ball sent in towards Vivek. This might open up for the number 9. A couple of wide shots ahead of him. The pass was a little bit tight. Runs out for a throw-in. Was trying to find sort of Sadhukan. In the Air Force, they've got options available. There is a player available between two defenders. It's a very, very fluid front three for the Air Force. As I keep mentioning, they impressed last year in the Tour Cup, even though they started off their campaign with a 5-1 defeat into the hands of Mohammedan Sporting. From there on, the Black Panthers went on to play the finals and lost against FC Goa by a solitary goal. The highlight result was against Delhi FC, a 2-1 win. Prabjot, Vivek, Dalraj had a phenomenal evening at the Mohan Bagan ground. Delhi FC taking a sweet revenge almost after a year or so in the Delhi Premier League by defeating Indian Air Force by the same margin. Delhi FC as well, one of the strong contenders for the title with Arthur Kawasi and lots of quality players, Nikhil Mali, Bali Gagandeep Singh. We saw them getting overwhelmed into the hands of Sudeva Delhi in the capital derby. What a game that was. It has been heartening to see this season, after life getting back to new normal. We are finally having the longer version of the domestic leagues, which is of utmost importance in terms of playing time for the players, in terms of having a longer duration league in the country. The youngsters, the more they play, the more they develop. There is a lot of difference between a friendly game and a competitive one. It also tests the longevity of a player when you play in a marathon league like this. Now God of Chadda with a free kick from an angle here. Can he do the audacious from this angle? It's gonna be a bitter blow if he manages to do so. God of Chadda calculating his angles. Marking got to be on point. God of Chadda's ball in, punched away by Dinesh. Not too far though. Retrieved by Delhi, who takes a tumble. And the referee allows the play to continue. Varun Bisht pumps it inside the Air Force area, looking for that flick header. Wins the header though is Siam. The flag goes up against Zico. Safety first is the agenda in the Royal Rangers defence. Shubham will be given the freedom to push up probably and help in midfield. Peter on to Sahil. Sahil takes route one. Straight to a blue shirt. He's been a patient in probing a style from the Indian Air Force. It gives them a certain joy in terms of building up from behind and completing a move up top. Teams in modern day football drills this way, day in and day out. This is what the coaches as well are trying to drill that kind of mindset into the players. But you got to play by always looking up, make eye-to-eye contact with your teammates and with the opposition. A lot of emphasis on short passing build-ups, on those neat little triangles in the middle of the park, quick 1-2s. That looks quite dangerous. Rolling in pain is Delhi, number 11. And the referee certainly will seek for medical intervention. A few stoppages already in the first 25 minutes. 3 free kicks in favour of Royal Rangers Football Club, who have not been able to make any of them count. God of Chatta is complaining, asking the referee to show a card. The referee probably deciding to keep the card in his pocket. Delhi will be given time for treatment though. The injury looks a bit serious. The Royal Rangers will be hoping that Delhi is completely fine. They have Anupam Vishwakarma on the bench, number 10, and also Bharani Bansal, the number 9. In case the Congolese fails to continue. The good news is for the Royal Rangers fans, he is up on his feet. God of Chatta once again in set piece duties for Royal Rangers Football Club. God of Chatta indicating something. In comes, it's a swinger! Header just went off target, marginally so. And that was a wonderful ball whipped in by God of Chatta. An excellent header as well. Perfectly timed jump. And just doesn't find the back of the net. This particular set piece finally was on point from the skipper. The previous 3 ones was not up to the mark. This is looking good from Kamal Deep. Once again with a missed pass. The Air Force not allowed to move the ball around freely. Kamal Deep, the right full back. Amal Das. On the left is Mohammad Akib, making a run forward. Is a number 13, but he goes straight into the box. He has other plans. A brave goalkeeping. Nonetheless, from Varun Bisht, a high boot involved. Did see the run of Manimaran, just avoids him and goes straight into the box. Keeper Varun Bisht just reading the intentions of Mohammad Akib. And that was the incident. It was not intended though. Both of them went for the ball, high boot from Saurav Sadhukan. It would have been troublesome for the goalkeeper. And that boot struck straight onto his face. Lucky escape for Bisht. trying to slow down the tempo of the game. As the Royal Rangers Football Club looks to be in a complete command of this game. Sort of losing out on that physical battle. Gaurav Chadda in a central position. Just a heavy touch. And now Kamaldeep lets it run out for a goal kick. And number 15. Ravi Raj doing a lot of hard work for Royal Rangers. That's a neat turn from Delhi. Delhi looking to increase pace, but Amal Das is there, just getting in the way. Good solid defending from the number 25. Mohammad Akib launching it long. It's a great diagonal, and on the chase is sort of couldn't quite get there on time. Getting there first in the Royal Rangers. Number 18 Sahil. There's going to be a throw-in for the Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force are marking themselves out as one of the strong teams from the armed forces. 4 of them will be competing in the Durand Cup, which is to start from the 16th of this month. And somehow dealing with the situation, slightly hesitant was the goalkeeper. Can Indian Air Force open the scoring from the set piece? Is Mani Manan on top of this corner. Mani is balling. A very confident punch. Testing it down, tempting bounce. Goes for the shot. Punched away, and then again. Wonderfully done by Dinesh. The first time shot just parried high up into the air. A second time just tipping it over the crossbar. It was a tempting bounce, the ball just bobbing outside the box. The first shot on target from the Indian Indian Air Force, pardon me. Corner comes in this time with his left foot. Feeble punch from Dinesh. Varun Bisht under a bit of a pressure. Mani Manan. Can he break the deadlock? Too much height onto the back post, knocked back into the central position. Acrobatic attempt. According to the referee, the whistle has gone. And the whistle has gone against the number 25, Amal Das. The high boot was involved. One centre back committing foul on the other centre back. As we have the first drinks break. Look at that. So it's 0-0 between the Indian Air Force and Royal Rangers Football Club. After the first half an hour of play. The first shot on target from the Air Force. Testing Varun Bisht. On the flip side, Dinesh of the Indian Air Force having a very, very comfortable game. There's going to be long discussions in both the technical areas. Paritosh Kumar Sharma, some instructions for his teammates, for his players rather. be looking for their third victory of the season. The two victories came against Hindustan Football Club and Royal Rangers. They lost two games, one of them against Vatika. And that was their last encounter. And the opening game of the season against Uttarakhand Football Club. And the only loss for the A4s went to the hands of Delhi FC. The pass was aimless. Very poor touch. Winning it back his Indian efforts, but they can't keep the ball for too long. Delhi FC are the winners of the last edition of the Delhi Premier League. It was a shorter format. Clearly on. The first time crossing. Peter with the header. And on the second ball is a Royal Rangers player. Prananjoy Singh hammers it out of the danger area. And here come Indian Air Force again. Saurav is offside. As we approach towards the Independence Day, we'll see more soccer tournaments starting across the country. We will also be bringing the Rajasthan League your way from tomorrow onwards, followed by the Ramco Kerala Women's League from 10th onwards. And that an ankle certainly troubling him, Peter. Last year he played in the Ramco Kerala League qualifiers for United Soccer. God of Chadda has been harassed all the way behind. Another move once again, restarting from Varun Bisht, and that is how he is a crucial member of this Royal Rangers side. Ball played forward, a reverse ball. The defender had that covered. They're trying to build on something. Gaurav Chadda not working out. One more foul then. A robust challenge. He's just trying to convince the referee that it calls for a card. But Delhi was trying to go his way through. One more free kick for Royal Rangers. It's going to be the skipper, Gaurav Chadda, once again, the designated set-piece expert of the team. Gaurav Chadda. No, in fact, the free kick has been given in favor of the Indian Air Force. Slight miscommunication between the assistant and the referee. Here's the Air Force side. Indian military performance is always about class and coordination. That is exactly what the Air Force side will look to do as we approach just towards the end of the first half. That's a nice pass. Flag has stayed down. Delhi's 1-on-1 and he slots it into the back of the net. Makes no mistake, the Congolese striker. And he opens the scoring for Royal Rangers on the 40th minute mark, just 5 minutes of regulation time before going in for the 11th break. Beating the offside trap, active, trying to acknowledge the assistant that he was onside, that he was offside rather. Beating the offside trap wonderfully. 1-on-1 with the keeper and makes no mistake. Delhi is scoring his 4th goal of this competition. It's Indian Air Force 0, Royal Rangers Football Club 1. You are watching Delhi Premier League live on Sportscast India. In that build-up to that goal, that pass was wonderful as well. Between the two defenders, found the gap and slipping in him. Delhi. And that is how clinical he is, especially in one-on-one situation. And so in the balance of play, it is safe to say both the teams deserved a goal each. But at the end of the day, it's all about taking your chances. The Royal Rangers have taken the chances and Indian Air Force, they have not. Promising run. The pass is not a promising one though. Excellent foot in from Mohammad Aqib, successfully putting off Gaurav Chadda. All those handbacks in midfield are getting really interesting. In case you are a game lover, download the BalleBaazi app and using this code SC100 you can make your dream team. In case you are a Premier League viewer, a chance to win exciting prizes. Not much time left then in this half. Gaurav Chadda, excellent reverse ball. There's no flag, kept in play by the Liberian. A clever pass down the line, in it comes. Oof. That was pretty close. He's got his hands on his head. Another excellent phase of play from Royal Rangers Football Club. Notice those two waiting in the middle for a tap in. Just a minute or so remaining in the first half of regulation time. Royal Rangers can they get a goal here before going into the break? That will settle their nerves. Still holding up nicely before going to ground. Between the lines, running on. Smart move from Indian Air Force. Let's see when the head coach introduces the likes of prop shows in this game. And now gets help from the left back. Mohammad Akib's crossing. Keeper spills it, and it's 1-1 here. A horrendous error from the goalkeeper, Varun Bisht. Butterfingers from the goalkeeper. And quickly capitalizing on the mistake is the number 4, Mohammad Danish. And Indian Air Force, they are back on level terms. Cross from Mohammad Akib. Keeper missing it completely. And an easy tap in for the number 15 brother. It was sort of Sadhukan with the goal. And it's 1-1 here on the 46th minute mark with 3 minutes of stoppage time added to the regulated 45. And sometimes error like this hampers the morale of the team. It goes down. Well, Rangers are taking the lead. I saw that getting cancelled out in between a couple of blue shirts, and he is sandwiched almost. Prananjay Singh. Checked up complaining, but his complaints go unheard. Sahil. Just a change in set piece taker. They look to bring some variety from set pieces. The ball comes in. Keeper managing to get a glove on that. Vivek Kumar, who's got 3 black shirts on his neck. One of them eventually managing to get a foot in. To move it on, sort of. Throw in here for the Air Force. They have just equalized a couple of minutes ago. This is probably going to be the last action of the first half. Can the Indian Air Force take the lead? This time cross from the right hand side. No pace on it. And that's the half-time whistle from today's referee Aditya Purakasta. It's been a pretty absorbing half of football here at the Ambedkar Stadium with the Royal Rangers taking the lead through Delhi. I saw that lead getting cancelled out a couple of minutes before the halftime break. The Congolese import, Delhi, bringing them back on the game. And certainly Paritosh Kumar Sharma will owe that goal to his team's scoring ace. And so at halftime, it's Indian Air Force 1, Royal Rangers Football Club 1. And these are the first half stats. Having the better ball possession, Indian Air Force 51-49. 3 shots taken, 4 by Royal Rangers, 2 of them on target. The Air Force managing to win 4 corners and committing 10 fouls. Lots of fouls deep inside their own half. And none of them resulted into a goal as of yet. But this is one thing they got to try and improve and avoid in the second half. Make sure you do not go anywhere. We will come back after the short break.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay. And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. You're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. Trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray.
Be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna 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 be a good day. Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 today's gonna be a good day. So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gon' rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
between Indian Air Force and Royal Rangers Football Club. It is locked at 1-1 at half time as we get ready for the second half action. Indian Air Force, it seems like, made a change right from the beginning of the second half, as we can see the number 7, Bishwajit Haldar, coming into the fray, so as the number 10, Mandeep Singh, Priya Darshan, making a couple of changes right from the beginning of the second half, and Indian Air Force, a flurry of chances for them, all falling into the left foot of Vivek Singh. And their goal came via a poor goalkeeping from Varun Bisht, but it doesn't matter for them as long as the ball goes into the back of the net. Talking about the Royal Rangers, their goal, it came from a proper build-up play, attempted through pass, finding the Congolese striker one-on-one with Dinesh, and he makes no mistake. And so we are underway with the second half, and trying to exercise pace inside the Indian Air Force half. That was an aimless cross in the end. It's been pretty entertaining the first 45 minutes, and that hamstring is really troubling Delhi right from the first half. Things just getting from bad to worse. He's getting treated. There's a challenge from Amal Das. Straight on his ankle. The broadcaster asking to bring out the stretcher. Still, he will be stretchered off. Now in a signs for Royal Rangers. They've been fragile at the back of the season, conceding 20 goals in 6.5 matches. Indian Air Force conceding their 10th goal of the season, even though about 44 minutes remaining on the clock. That doesn't look fine at all. There was that a trailing boot of Amal Das, which has struck Delhi on his left ankle, which is why it came off worse. There was no malice intended, of course. Both of them went for the ball. This is a throw-in for Royal Rangers Football Club. Another team in white and dark in search of their third victory. A tussle for the ball with Gaurav Chadda. That was Vivek Singh. Kamaldeep switching flanks, a sweeping ball out wide. A last touch coming off a white shirt, and that is going to be a corner kick for Indian Air Force. First corner of the second half. Manimaran. The delivers from the left hand side, takes it shot from the left edge of the penalty area, trying to find room for the cross, takes help from the number 13. It's a floater. Headed clear. Bansal to the rescue for Indian Air Force. For all the gamers, there's the BalleBaazi app, which you can download. You get ₹100 once you sign up as a sign-up bonus by using the code SC100. Taken away. The Royal Rangers have won it in an important area. A slight miscommunication there. Chase on here from Manimaran. Just misjudging the bounce of the ball. It went up half a second too early. Remaining sturdy over there was Milind Negi, the number 47 of the Royal Rangers Football Club, who also got a goal to his name against Friends United. Escaping the challenge was Haukip. A whistle from the referee. High line in defence for Royal Rangers. The likes of Prananjoy Singh going forward towards the opposition's post, trying to create play from midfield. Has gone under the studs of Manandeep, managing to keep it in play, trying to squeeze in between a couple of players. He was double teamed. And now down the line, God of Chadda. On the break, he is Royal Rangers. He is up against the number 23. Looking to take him on. Quickly closed down. He was face to face with Haukip, doing his defensive duty, the number 23. That was Siam, pardon me. Centre back who is partnering alongside Amal Das, Kamal Deep and Mohammad Akib, the two fullbacks for Indian Air Force. Mohammad Danish, the central defensive midfielder. He is flanked by Mani Raman and Samananda Singh. Vivek, the centre forward, and the two wingers alongside him, Saurav Sadhukan and number 14, Zico. And that is how Indian Air Force have shaped up this evening against Royal Rangers. Continuing with their 5-3-2. Also allows a lot of freedom to the fullbacks to push up and support midfield. At the same time, maintain the discipline and track back and shore up the defense. That particular free kick was toothless. Nothing comes off it. Now looking to control it. Nicely done there. Continuing with his run, Mohammad Akib. He gets the ball. Shifting onto his right foot, in comes the cross towards the near post. And Vivek Singh, he just had a defender covering him. That was a teasing cross from Mohammad Akib. A promising build-up from the Air Force. One more cross, this time at the back post. It's knocked right back on the turn. Still trouble inside the Royal Rangers defence. And the back-to-back attempts have been blocked. And now a break could be on here. On the counter, Royal Rangers. Solid challenge from Amal Das. Just brought down inside the centre circle. Free kick for Royal Rangers Football Club. That's the confirmation of the change. Himanshu coming in for Ravi. Paritosh Kumar Sharma also making a change. Ritvik replacing Peter. Both the head coaches making a couple of changes each. And 8.5 odd minutes into the second half. It remains 1-1. Zico is offside. Just starting the second half on a brighter note. You can see the urgency, that bustling style from the men in blue. Slightly on the back foot is Royal Rangers. Switching play out wide towards the number 15. The back flick didn't quite work out. Looking to recover this attack. Himanshu. Searching ball. Not in play though. The BalleBaazi app gives you a chance to win lakhs daily by making the right prediction. You just got to use that code of SC100 and sign up, and you get rupees 100 bonus. Wonderful ground conditions here at the Ambedkar Stadium, despite rain and despite continuous matches for the last 2.5 weeks. The ground still looks pretty decent. The central regions. The ball has been rolling quite smoothly here. Sometimes the bounce has been awkward until and unless you are accustomed to playing in this ground, you won't be able to calculate the bounce, which can turn out to be a tricky affair, especially for the centre backs and especially for the goalkeepers. You've got to remain sturdy and not commit yourself early. Watch the ball till the last minute. This is much better from Royal Rangers. Another giveaway. On that occasion, Sahil makes sure there is no further progress from the right hand side. Wonderfully done by Yamal Das. That was slightly risky. A sign of greater confidence. When you win, there is a certain confidence that blows around your team. Whatever you do turns out to be gold. And that is exactly what has happened in case of Indian Air Force. Currently going through a purple patch. On the flip side, Royal Rangers, they've been patchy so far in their run-up. The first 6 games, the Air Force have won 4 matches. The Royal Rangers have won just 2. Look at that high press from Indian Air Force, who wins it in a very important area. But steps across is Sahil and averts the danger for his side. One of the iconic venues, the Delhi Gate Stadium, and now known as the Dr. Ambedkar Stadium. We saw this iconic stadium hosting international tournaments like the Nehru Cup, top-class domestic tournaments like Durand DCM. And now on the overlap goes Kamaldeep. He's been avoided, looking to go direct. Was Indian Air Force, and now controlling his Delhi. Good to see him back on his feet, using his upper body strength, coming a long way out to help his midfield. The Air Force got involved. Haukip and Gaurav Chadda more on the ball. And the more the Royal Rangers gets Gaurav Chadda on the ball, the better it is for them. He is Their creative force when it comes to going forward. The number 7, the skipper of the side, drifting from the left hand side. The Indian Air Force is sometimes running out of options and giving the ball away. The Royal Rangers attempted a slide rule pass. Excellent funneling from the Indian Air Force team. Now on the overlap is Kamaldeep. A promising move from the Indian Air Force. A cut back. Not getting any kind of distance on it. A long clearance from Bansal. The ball just switching from one team to the other in the blink of an eye. No sustained possession. Both the teams in midfield yet to impose themselves so far. The profligacy that Royal Rangers have of conceding goals, that is something they got to be careful of. That was a wonderful challenge, well timed. Now Indian Air Force, here they come forward. There's a lot of space on the left. Ahead of him is Vivek. Deciding to go on his own was Zico, while almost taking on the number 3, and there's going to be a booking. Beg your pardon, that was a Prananjay Singh, the number 8, who goes to the referee's book. The second player who's been booked in this game, Samananda of Air Force, went to the book in the first half. So far, in the second half have started brightly for the Indian Air Force side as we cross the hour mark here. There's still 1-1 between Indian Air Force and the Royal Rangers Football Club. Indian Air Force taking the lead. The Royal Rangers taking the lead through Delhi, which was equalized by the sword of Sadhu Khan. And this was the move. Trying to get past Prananjay Singh. He was pushed from behind. Free kick into a dangerous area. Almost 25 yards out from goal. Mani Madan is very much interested. And let's see what can he make of this. Mani Madan goes for it. Oh! Here's the underside of the crossbar. It was a wasteful ball inside from Vishwajit Halder, and a first time clearance from the Royal Rangers FC defence. Talk about that for a free kick, hitting the inside of the crossbar. Wonderfully taken from Mani Madan. Big let off for Royal Rangers Football Club. Purkasta just asking him to calm down. Another set piece opportunity for Royal Rangers, this time from a long way out. Royal Rangers with the ball in, standing tall there at the Air Force defence. Quick 1-2 touches, and now Vivek, he is on the run, making his way into the box is Mani Madan. Vivek takes a look up and delivers. Very disappointing from the number 9. Indian Air Force had a chance to spring on a counter, finding Vivek in acres of space on the left hand side. Mani Madan also making his way into the box. The fall in from Vivek was highly disappointing. An injury to the number 22, Himanshu. A lot of stoppages in this game due to frequent injuries. Indian Air Force have been a very physical side. Just one way of stopping the opposition from working the ball around quickly is by getting physical, closing them down. In that bargain, you will feel a few biting challenges. And look how deep Delhi has come. He's been devoid of service so far. That midfield three of the god of Chatta, Haukip and Pranjay Singh are trapped in a web by the Indian Air Force. Now god of Chatta will look to entangle that web from this corner. A senior professional. We all know what he can produce from corners, from set pieces, especially a highly experienced campaigner. It will be surprising to see him over the course of the season. God of Chatta, it's an in-swing floater. Once again, the goalkeeper missing the flight of the ball. Trying to get into a crossing situation. He is outnumbered once again. Good defending from Indian Air Force. They're very disciplined at the back. Apart from only one glaring mistake in the first half, which led to that goal. Defensively, it has been pretty solid. Zico with a heavy touch. Managing to find Mohammad Danish. Kamaldeep. I thought about a long pass, deciding to go low instead. A change in tact, change in game plan. Bishwajit Halder. He's got Kamaldeep for support. Bishwajit. A couple of white shirts upon him. Getting support from Manimaran. A header from Bansal, not too far though. Danger is still lurking. A safe pair of legs from Varun Bisht. One more change is getting ready for the Royal Rangers. Seems like it's Prashant Burman who will be coming on. Vivek, what can he make of this? He's been unbeatable so far, the number 23 for the Royal Rangers. Haukip and just doubling up alongside Ritwik. Burman has come on. Prashant Burman, the number 24. A third change made by Paritosh Kumar Sharma. Delhi FC will be keeping an eye on this and hoping for a slip up from Indian Air Force. Both of them are on equal number of points, having played equal number of matches. Sudeva just a point ahead. The Sudeva Delhi, the reserve side. The main side, however, will be competing in the Durand Cup. They got a last minute entry since Gokulam Kerala pulled off from the competition. Already tasted what it takes to play at the top tier of Indian football, that is the Hero I League. It is going to be their third season. Lovely give and go, unlocking the right channel. He will get there with his pace. Here's the Cameroonian. Stood his ground wonderfully. It was Siam. This covers deep. The ball recovery has been a lot more quicker from the Royal Rangers. It was a tasty little looking cross. The goalkeeper reading the danger. The ball came in early from Dinesh. 20 minutes of regulation time remaining in this game. We are still in search of that winner. Delhi's flick on for his strike partner Himanshu. That's an illegal challenge from Siam, who will be penalized. And earning a free kick, Royal Rangers. Both the players are down. Siam would want to avoid a card here. Which way this game are gonna swing is the question. This was the challenge. An injury with both the players, in fact. Now the play is stopped temporarily. Both the players getting treated. Number 24, Prashant Burman is up on his feet though. Siam continues to stay down. Referee Aditya Purakasta is surely going to have a word with him. Very lucky to get away with this challenge, Siam. Oh, it's going to be a card. He tried to avoid this from a long time, but his game plan didn't quite work out. And that was the exact reason why he continued to stay down, Siam, just to avoid the card. Aditya Purakasta is a very experienced referee. He officiated matches in the Hero ISL and the Hero I League. It seems like it's a direct red. Well. A twist in the tail then. The Indian Air Force, they are down to 10 men with still about 18 minutes of regulation time remaining in the clock. It's a sent off. A massive blow for the Indian Air Force. They looked well in command of this game in the second half. Now it is going to be a very big challenge. Defending with 10 men the remaining 10 minutes. A golden opportunity for the Royal Rangers to come out of their shell and take the game to the opposition. So far they've been overawed by their opponents, especially in midfield. And now the game is going to be a lot more interesting. And here comes Royal Rangers. Just slightly away from Himanshu. While he was on the burst, one more foul committed. This is the trend which I was talking about from the Indian Air Force side, committing fouls deep inside their own region. We saw 10 fouls in the first half. That trend, that sequence remaining to be the same in the second as well. Giving away cheap free kicks in dangerous areas. And Air Force is making a change. It's going to be the number 16, Davinder Singh. And the centre back who will be coming on. Just injecting a big body. Priya Darshan. He does cover a lot of space. Davinder Singh. And with a big body in defense, it will be easier for Indian Arrows in a bid to combat the physical challenge of Delhi. Now the skipper, God of Chadda. Can he turn things around here with this free kick? We are into the last quarter of this game. The God of Chadda delivers. Oh, wonderful chance for Delhi. Just couldn't quite connect to that header. The ball just soars above him. The referee has blown the whistle for the second drinks break of this evening here at the Ambedkar Stadium. And it remains 1-1 between Indian Air Force and Royal Rangers Football Club. And Indian Air Force down to 10 men as number 23, the centre-back Siam, has been sent off for that challenge on Prashant Burman. The defensive organisation are going to be one of the primary assignments of Priya Darshan. The remaining few minutes, they got to maintain the shape. They got to keep that fighting spirit, go for every ball, and get more numbers behind the ball. Especially the likes of Mohammad Danish and Samananda, they got to work hard in the last few minutes and probably play up and down the pitch. Game management is going to be one of the ways Priya Darshan will look into in order to grind out result from this particular encounter. They'll have to do the dirty work, get stuck in. May not be one of the ways Indian Arrows likes to play football. They always prefers a quick, urgent style. It goes up in collective numbers and also attracts back in collective numbers while defending. But that's the hallmark of the gameplay. They'll have to sacrifice that. God of Chadda, another through pass. The winner this time with the interception. He was at the right place. The number 16. Vivek. Trying to weave his magic spell. That is not quite possible with the three of the white and black shirts around him. Throwing speared in, looking for some kind of flick on across the face of goal from Mani Maran. Clever play from the number 13. But no blue shirt getting on the end of that. Can they throw on a counter here? Royal Rangers cushions it behind. Trying to move it to the left hand side. But didn't quite carry to the man wide on the far left. Try to lift it over infield. Indian Air Force will be looking to come away with at least a point from this game. It's all about holding on to this particular scoreline. And probably if they get a chance, they will hurt the opposition from the counter. Lots of fresh bloods in this game. We've got the stamina, the endurance running beyond 90 minutes. It has been the never say die spirit in midfield, which has been the difference between the two teams. The Royal Rangers with 10-11 men on the pitch still struggling to pry open the Indian Arrows defense, the Indian Air Force defense. Indian Arrows, Indian Air Force, so many teams, in the mainstream of Indian football. The Arrows is the one, the All India Football Federation's developmental side, which competes in the Hero I-League. And the same model also being followed in the Hero Indian Women's League. We saw the Indian Arrows women's team this time around, producing a lot of promising players, the likes of Apurna Narzari, Priyanka Devi, and so forth. One of Indian Air Force's trusted centre-back, Siam, sent off. Beautifully done. Card comes out. This time Kamaldeep. Third Indian Air Force player to get into the book. I think that was quite needless from Kamaldeep. A reckless challenge. Slightly frustrated at the right full back. So which way this game gonna go? With 9 minutes, less than 9 minutes remaining. Mujtaba comes on for Bansal. Making the fourth change. Royal Rangers. Rocky also comes on for Shubham Rai. Making all the 4 changes, in fact, all the 5 changes rather. Prashant Kumar Sharma played all the cards. Right back is open, shouts of a handball, not given by the referee. It was unintentional though. The cross comes right back in towards the back post. Oh. Trust the striker to go all in for that. Wonderful cross, an absolute floater sent in. Just had to guide it goalwards. Not been able to judge the flight of the ball on that occasion. Knocking the door in the closing stages. Royal Rangers. Gaurav Chadda, perfectly weighted pass. Not in the right place at the right time was Amal Das. Vivek. Manimanan. Himanshu. Mujtaba. Early crossing away from Amal Das. Chested down by Vishwajit Haldar. Mohammad Akib with the attempted clearance. The last touch coming off Delhi. Throw in for Indian Air Force. A draw will take them to 14 points. And they'll go level on points with Sudeva Delhi, having played a game extra than the Chencho Doji's men. A draw will take Royal Rangers to 9 points and they will remain 5th. A couple of points behind Garhwal Football Club, on a side which once participated in the Hero I-League qualifiers a couple of years ago in Kolkata. That is the same year Mohammed Sporting earned their Hero I-League berth. That was a nice nutmeg from Delhi. But the end product didn't turn into a goal. Oh, that's a clever pass. This could be trouble for Indian Air Force. Bodies on the line kind of stuff. Once again, a low crossing. Kamaldeep with the clearance. Not a very well-timed clearance though. His challenge from behind. It was half cleared. It was quite risky at the same time. He's already on a yellow. And had the number 10, Rocky, gone down, and that could have called for another yellow. The challenge has got to be made with a lot of care, especially in these areas. Outswing floater. And the man beaten at the near post. It's still on for Royal Rangers. Went down too easily, God of Chadda. And that's what the referee interpreted. Davinder Singh with the clearance. Only as far as a white and black shirt. Royal Rangers Football Club looking to get this going. Attempted diagonal. Once again, lovely defending. Ball is collected in midfield by Mujtaba. Himanshu. Mohammad Danish with the interception. Indian Air Force with the defensive approach now. The last 3.5 odd minutes of regulation time, there's going to be 3 to 4 minutes of additional time. It's a Rocky corner duties. It's an in-swing floater towards the near post. It's a come off the foot of the post. A beautifully executed plan. One more time inside the box, trying to swing that left foot of his. Blocked by Kamaldeep. This is looking good. God of Chadda with the cutback towards the edge of the area. Taking no risks whatsoever. Vishwajit Haldar. Excellent phase of play from Royal Rangers. Another cross coming in. On the bounce of the half volley. Doesn't find the back of the net. Brilliant effort from. Brought it down onto his left foot and then took it on the half turn. Struck it with a lot of venom. Just not finding the target. And Indian Air Force, they survives. Royal Rangers Football Club trying to exploit the man's advantage. Mujtaba carrying it forward and pumps it out wide. Excellent first touch. Gets rid of the first challenge. Oh, that nearly. It could have been an own goal. Keeper was well placed, Dinesh. Under pressure, Indian Air Force suddenly in the dying embers of the game. Oh, a mistake there from Varun Bisht. For the second time in this game, is having a nightmare of a match. The Royal Rangers Football Club custodian. For the second time, he's spilled it. And first time, his mistake, and he was punished by Saurav Shadukhan just at the stroke of half time. And now Prabjot The attacking midfielder will be coming on for the Indian Air Force. Prabjot also played for Minerva Punjab in the I-League before. A new entity around Blast Punjab since then. The corner delivered by Kamaldeep. Heads it away to safety. 4 minutes of additional time. Still time for Royal Rangers to make and to clinch a winner in added time. Haukip, Mujtaba, lovely give and go. Haukip outside of the boot pass. And now he's got space to deliver a cross, and the header from Delhi is beaten away by the goalkeeper, Dinesh. And what a chance for Royal Rangers goes begging. Haukip again, Delhi into a central position. Shot on the turn, it's a grounder. Straight into the grasp of Dinesh. Excellent goalkeeping. He's been unbeatable in the second half. Dinesh. A couple of very good stops. Rangers Football Club trying to exploit the wings where there is not much defensive cover. A chase is on from Mandeep. Kamaldeep shaping up for a cross, and it comes, goes up for it. Might fall here for the number 12. Oh, what a deflection, and it has gone in. What a finish. Seems like it is Vivek who got the goal. Falling ever so kindly for the skipper of the Indian Air Force. And oh my, a winner. And at times, look at that. The deflected shot again from Mohammad Akib, but the last touch coming off Vivek. And it's 2-1 here in the most remarkable of circumstances. It is Vivek, the skipper, with the 5th goal. Indian Air Force down to 10 men, but with a goal to their name. Vivek makes way for Prabjot. What a dramatic turnaround here at the Ambedkar Stadium. The Royal Rangers Football Club players cannot believe it. A couple of glorious chances came their way. And now they are trailing by a goal here. And this is how strange this game of football can be. This is how cruel this game of football. Just out of nowhere, Indian Air Force scoring that goal. Lapses in the Royal Rangers FC defense and capitalized by the combination of Mohammad Akib and Vivek Singh. That's the full-time whistle from Aditya Purakasta. One of the memorable victories from the Indian Air Force this season. In the Delhi Premier League, it is their 5th victory, in fact, even with 10 men on the pitch the last 20 minutes. An emphatic victory. And the win takes them to 16 points.
Attention please.
Right at the top of
जैसा
the
कि
points
आपने
table.
अभी देखा एक बहुत ही रोमांचक मुकाबले में
Royal Rangers are facing their 3rd defeat of this campaign. It's going to be a memorable one
इंडियन एयरफोर्स ने
for the armed forces side.
जर्सी नंबर 12 और आज के
Their 2nd victory on trot.
जो
The Full time here at the Ambedkar Stadium is Indian Air Force 2, Royal Rangers Football Club 1, with goals from Saurav, Vivek and Delhi JP.
और उनके साथ जाएंगे श्री मारूफ रजा जो हमारे काउंसिल मेंबर हैं और एक स्कूल
A man from Congo, nearly scoring his second goal of this evening, but was kept on bay by Dinesh, who performed heroics in the second half between the sticks for Indian Air Force. And now let's have a look at the full-time stats. It was an absolute nail-biting encounter, end-to-end action at times. And the game was played at a decent intensity throughout 90 minutes. And that's the full-time stats. 57% ball possession, 5 shots taken, 2 of them on target, 18 fouls committed by Indian Air Force, 10 by the Royal Rangers. Despite having more shots on target, Royal Rangers are not managing to get the cutting edge in front of goal. And so it has ended 2-1 in favor of Indian Air Force. So thanks for joining us here on the YouTube channel of Sportscast India. Hope you've enjoyed the live action of the Delhi Premier League 2022-23. Thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye.